Hey guys, Lone Star 1870 here with another coaching video of a Platinum 4 Hecarim. Alright, so the first thing we notice is there is an invade going on. Your team is getting invaded. You are the Hecarim. And you put a nice ward there, which is good. You see that they invade. Your team is fairly patient. You get a good flank here to cut them off. Your Gwen ends up getting the first blood here. None of this is too important. However, you do decide to reset here. It's already 1:15. And minions are already on the way. If you reset, you're not going to be getting to your camp until at least 10 seconds, 15 seconds after camp spawn, which means you're wasting a lot of time. Notice Viego's already up spawned, so he's going to actually be getting to his camps to clear first before you. So that's already kind of bad. What you should do is just stay here, just smite the camp. You're going to have to smite it. You have your health pots. There's no reason for you to reset here. You're going to be a little low, but you might just have to clear your camps and reset and not go for a gank. But you're wasting a lot of time, and early game time is very important. And then we'll speed it up. Now you're not really going to be able to get a leash. See, it's already 1:45 by the time you're starting it without a leash, and you're going to have to smite anyway. You know, something to think about. Decent kiting. See, because you had to smite anyway. And notice how Viego's already done 2 camps. You're a better jungle clear than Viego. See, you managed to keep your 2 stacks. That's very good. Right here, you should be actually looking top, seeing is there a gank opportunity here. They're both pretty low. It's going to be a lot of fighting up here. Gwen got a first blood, so you want to make sure that she continues to do well. You should have been looking there while you're up here, because you're pretty nearby. You only have your W and your Q. You don't have your E yet, but you could still look for an opportunity. It looks like they were pretty low, so you should be looking and potentially adjusting your clear for that. And now while you're clearing this camp, you shouldn't really need to look. You should just be looking mid and then panning here and then panning here. Look for the gank. It looks like you do that. You might have been able to skip this camp here. Actually, you wouldn't have had your E, so I don't know if you would. But yeah, I don't know if you could skip the camp and go for the gank. But I think that works out decent for you. You want to keep the wave frozen. I would have... This is a bit more with wave state. You should have killed a couple more minions here so it doesn't crash. So your mid laner will be able to catch this whole wave. But notice how it ends up crashing. He misses a cannon, a couple other minions. He ends up getting a lot of this wave, but... What you could have done here is notice how this wave is coming in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra minions. That's going to push extremely fast into tower. So it's going to push here. But what you could do and should do is try to just kill maybe these 2 minions, maybe even clear these 3. Hold the wave here. We know Viego is going to be going to his side here, to his top side, because we have a ward here, so we know that he had to have started red. So what you could do is just hold this wave, gets a little bit of XP, last hit a couple minions, but now Echo, because he went Ignite and not Teleport, will be able to catch most of this wave, and you're not setting him super far behind, because not only does Yasuo have a kill up on him, he's down a lot of farm, and he's going to be down a lot of experience too. Just something small. That'll help your laners a lot. So you're going to be doing your camps. I'd like to see you looking bot lane. I can't see what you're doing with your camera, but right now you're bot side. You should look at your bot lane. If there is a gank, you don't want to force something because you do have... Again, you have 1, 2, 3 camps up to get. Right now in the preseason, scuttle isn't that important. So you want to go for these 3 if you can, but if there is a free gank, you want to tank it or take it, and then you can always go back and do your camps afterward. I like that you're looking for the gank, but you might be committing a little bit too early. Kind of hard to gank for the Janna, but it looks like it works out, so good job. So you help your team push the wave. That's nice. They're able to crash it. And you go for scuttle. That's good. Should be looking mid. Right now you should know these camps aren't up. He starts the clear. It takes 2 minutes for these to respawn. You start at 1:30, probably finish around 2, so they might be up soon, but he was also late to start his clear, so your best bet would have been, instead of going through here and doing all that, probably just go for this into this, in my opinion. Or just go straight for the gank if it's doable into the camps. And then immediately reset, because your golems will probably respawn around, like, we'll say 4:40. Uh, 4:30 maybe. But you have a lot of gold, I'm assuming. You're 3-0. You haven't bought anything, so besides boots, so you don't really have anything. So you probably could have just reset. I'm not sure that... Give me a second while I try to find the gold. You have 2,000 gold on you right now. You could have, instead of walking from here to here, you could have just pressed B and walked from here to here. And then gone for that, to that, to that, to that. Remembering you still haven't cleared these camps. Here, let's do that. Still haven't cleared these camps, so they're still level 1, so you're not going to get a lot from them. You ideally want to clear them already, but be looking at your lanes. Want to be looking top here. If it's free, but remember you still haven't bought, so this is kind of risky in some ways. But notice how close this gank was because you didn't buy. Would have been a lot better if you had bought. Still very well done. But again, you're not clearing any of your camps. You're getting down a lot of farm. You got this. It's been up for a little while. These two still haven't been cleared once, but I do like it that you're trying to make proactive plays on the map. Just think about trying to clear your camps a little bit better too. But I do like that you decided not to clear these because the gank was there. But also showing top while still not having reset, it does give them the opportunity to do a free dragon. So just remember that. If you show on the map on one side, they can do stuff on the other side. I don't like this pathing. You walk here for no reason, then decide to walk here, you waste a lot of time. You could have just walked up here, started here, and started going top, bottom. While you're resetting earlier, you should have a better idea of where you're going to path. So notice how you walk, waste a lot of time. Jungling's all about wasting time. But right here, you should be figuring out where you're going to want to gank. Is bot gankable? Do you path to bot? Is mid going to be gankable? Not really. Echo's just pushing the wave in. Yasuo's reset. Top is reset recently. You can always repeat gank top, but... And then path according to that. See what you end up doing is path towards bot. Not bad. One thing you could have done here is just ignore your bot side, do this into another gank top, because you know the Alawi likes to perma push. There's not really much going to happen bot here, in my opinion. Echo's perma pushing. I don't mind this play to go for an invade here, because your Echo has priority, your bot lane has priority, so they should rotate first. But you waste a lot of time just walking around, so you don't really get anything here. Be a little bit more decisive and plan it up a little bit earlier. Notice how this whole time you've gotten 0 camps in about 45 seconds. These two are up. You didn't really get a gank off. Looks like you're going for a good counter gank, but you're a little bit late. And yeah, you force a gank. That's not super great. You could have cleared your camps in this time. You could have gone for his top side camps instead. You could have ganked mid here. I don't think you should be going for that play in general. And now you're wasting a lot of time walking from bot to top. You're still not clearing camps. Good job to see that going on the map and rotating. Unfortunate, Echo's just out of range. And now you're going to clear your camps. Good job. Should be going. Your red is still up. I don't know what you're doing here. I mean, right here, I would have just gone for your red into here. You still have your ult, so maybe you should look for a gank top while your top is getting 2 levels down. You really need to help your top out. He's having a really rough time. So what I'd recommend doing here is instead of, after you clear this, your top's going to walk there. There's a big wave that's going to be crashing. He's just going to keep pushing. What you could do is just, while you wait for your top laner to come up, you take this camp, and then you go to this camp. You'll have red buff, you have ult. He is level 8, so he's 2 levels up. So you gotta be careful of it getting 2v1'd, but I think you should probably be looking for that gank. There's nothing really going on here, no reason for you to cross through mid. You still have these 2 camps, so you should do these instead of just going for these 2, because you're already over here. Nothing's going on bot lane. So, because now Gwen could get dove and get zoned from a lot of this. But imagine if you ganked up here and you were able to ult, get him under tower, fear him. Now Gwen's in a really, really bad spot, and you're down bot side, unable to bail her out. Viego's able to get Rift here for it. And then you go for a bot gank, looks good. Very nice. If you end up going for this bot side play, I like that you make something happen on the bot side. They're going for Rift here. They're going for plates up here. They're probably going to get first tower. I like that you make something happen on the other side of the map, so you trade a little bit. You do take all of these kills, so that's a little bit iffy. You might want to get your team a little bit ahead. That's a bit of a botched dive. Execution there is kind of whatever, but I like the idea. So I don't think there's too much bad here. Unlucky your Janna just hinted, because you would live here if she was alive to shield you there. Just a little unlucky, not too much to learn from there. So from spawn here, what you should be doing is looking. I haven't gotten my red. Top is still going on a lot. A lot of stuff's going on top still. Mid is still a lot of fights. I'd say you probably path top side here. Dragon will be up somewhat soon. I'm not sure the timer, but you do go for that. You still haven't done your red buff. It's been up for a while. I would have liked to seen you go for your red buff straight into this gank probably. She really needs help. And you're just kind of ignoring your top laner. You're giving dragon, but you're not doing anything. You're just taking your camps. You want to be going for a gank. You want to be taking these camps. So you end up getting a kill mid, so that's nice. But top is just doomed. So you're going to have a very, very, very hard time dealing with Alawi. And it's kind of on you for not helping, realizing that Gwen is having a rough time and you just kind of ignoring the lane. Then they rift mid, kind of weird, but you tax a big wave, but I think that's fine. Echo would have missed it. But again, instead of going bot here, could you have gone top, shut down the Alawi? Maybe. Yeah, there's not really much you can do bot here. Maybe pick up a kill, but yeah. If you were able to get there a little bit sooner, maybe you would have been able to prevent the dive where your bot lane dies, but it's not horrible. I like that you're going for your camps. I would have liked you to have potentially gone for some of his camps. You don't really counter jungle much. You just take your camps and go for a lot of ganks. So I'd like to see you consider counter jungling a bit more. Especially because Hecarim is, you have Predator Ghost, you're very fast. You can get in and out pretty quickly. Especially with ult. You have your ult up, I'd like to see you try to make a play soon. I would like you to go top with Echo there too, because this is going to be kind of hard for you to 2v1. Just because she's so far ahead. But maybe you can. Oh, you get it. Nice. You're also still taking every single kill, so that doesn't help your top too much. You're going to need to come back a lot, because now that you got the gold and Gwen got very little off that. But still very nicely done. Objective bounties are up, so it'd be nice to try to get a tower or something. You go for this fight, but your Echo's really low on health and mana, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a good fight for you or not. And you don't have ult. Still pretty close, all things considered. Pretty risky, but not bad. And now you're going for your camps. I like that you go for your camps. Dragon's going to be spawning soon. And so you're going to reset for Dragon. Alright, then after you reset, you go for Dragon. You're here right after it spawns. I usually like to see you go to Dragon before it spawns. Alright, you kind of ignore the dragon, which is okay to get the kills, but that's third dragon for them, so that's really bad to give up. Because now they're only one away from soul. You guys seem to do pretty well for the fights, but Viego's really strong, especially with resets. Very well done though, you do clean up the fight. Get a lot here. You guys really want to be getting some of these objectives. I'm not sure if it was worth it for you to chase there, just because that gave them the third dragon. I like how you're going top here to try to kill the Alawi while pushed up. Maybe you could have gotten this tower, that might have been more worth, but just because of the objective bounties. Yeah, you see what I mean. You ignored the Alawi early on, and now he's a huge, huge problem, and now you guys, he's 4v1ing now. Right there, you would have been better off just going for the tower with the, you can see down here, the bounties are up. But you're going for your camps now. You didn't die at least, since you're worth a bounty. That's good. Clearing your camps, there's nothing else to really do on the map right now, so I like that. Just always looking what's happening. You have 1800 gold, so you probably want to reset soon. You kind of walked around doing nothing here, so you could have just reset and bought. But it is what it is. Because right there, for a little while, you were just walking around topside doing nothing. You walked to bot. I like that you hovered the Echo just in case he needed you. But you were kind of just walking around here, walking up and down here, when you could have just reset and then used E to get there about the same amount of time. And then you would have spent that 1800 gold you have. I don't mind this, but you went onto the Nautilus I feel like you're better off ulting and going onto the Jhin there, or the Viego, but still worked out well, but also they're getting a lot top. You really want to be getting objectives soon because they already have 2 towers top, 2 towers mid, 1 tower bot, 3 dragons, and 2 rifts. You have 0 objectives. You guys get this tower regardless of whether or not you're there, so I don't mind you taking their camps. Should probably be taking their other camps. Baron's up in 40 seconds. You could have tried taking these 2 camps, but I don't mind you resetting. You probably had a lot of gold. So now we'll just follow you. Clearing your camps. I like that you leave to... Could you have gotten there sooner? So your ADC's pushed up really far. Right here, you should have just booked it straight for bot. As soon as you see the Yasuo there. You kite the camps a little bit. You mostly book it. Yeah, that's just on the Aphelios. So what happened there is Aphelios just pushed up way too far without a tower in the side lane without a support there. What you could have done is you could have hovered him, which is when right here you see that Aphelios is pushing pretty far up. He's past his tower. He's not super far up, but for an ADC to be alone, if Yasuo gets onto him, he just dies. So what you could do instead is, instead of just running here, you could go to your Gromp, so you're closer to him, just in case someone comes. You could just chill in one of these bushes. You can just chill in Fog of War back here. So let's do back here. You could just chill over here behind the Fog of War or here, just so if Yasuo does show up, when he does show up, when he does walk up through this way, that's when you, and when he starts to play aggressive, when he ease onto the wave, that's when you go in, but you decide to go for your camps. Again, I don't really think that's on you, that's on Aphelios more than anything, but you could hover him here knowing that he's pushed up really far and people are going to be returning from base because you killed them about 30-40 seconds ago and then you reset yourself, so they're going to be spawning and walking back to the lanes. Notice how they're all roughly at the same spot in the lane. Yasuo's here, he's here, and Alawi's up there. Just one thing to consider is hovering a little more, but good job immediately leaving the camp to try to save your ADC. I like that. Alright, and then we see a fight's breaking out. You walk there, you go for the Alawi. Yeah, there's not much you can do down here either. So, seems like your team's just kind of inting. Not too much you can do with that, but a little unlucky. At this point, you probably just have to give tower. Not much you guys can do. I don't think you win this fight. It's 3v5. They used 3 of their ults, but goes pretty well, but yeah, at this point you guys just disengage. So yeah, the best fight you guys go for there is just kind of get a good echo W in this area, and if they push up and into it, you can go and get an engage off on them. Then you guys just decide to go for it, and you got a good flank here. I don't think you guys ever really win that fight. I think it's a good idea that you guys just kind of played defensively, you didn't go too aggressive. So I like that. Because you can't chase, it's 3v, I guess 4 because Yasuo's down watching. You're not face checking, which is good. It's not really a good way for you to get a flank off on this fight, unfortunately. Echo just goes in. Notice you guys are fighting before Gwen teleports in. You need to have her TP in really early. First thing I would do is before we go over the fight, I would be pinging right now that it's in 10. She has the wave pushed. Ping her TP and type in chat, hey, come Gwen. I see that you're pinging it here, but I would ping her teleport. But now to analyze the fight, you're trying to go for a flank. There was no blast cone here to get the flank, but... So, Deanna gets hooked. You go in. You don't really do much this fight so far. Gwen comes in, but it's a little bit late. You don't have your ult, actually. Yeah, so you guys just lose. And now you guys probably lose the dragon. It's unfortunate. Because yeah, now you guys lose the dragon. That probably loses you guys the game. Not much you guys can do after that. So yeah, that's just dragon gone. So you can't really threaten Baron here. I think at this point it's kind of just lost. You guys gave up way too many dragons. Soul's just really hard to come back from. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Your Gwen's just pushing. If they were smart, they'd be doing Baron here, but yeah, they are. They should have started it earlier, but you need to be careful resetting when they're all topside. So right now, we're gonna jump to your Fog of War, see what you see before you reset. So you're just up here, and they're up clearing this wave, and after they clear this wave, you're not sure what they're gonna do. Right here, you should cancel your reset because you saw them walking up towards Baron. So if you're the jungler and you reset before Baron, that's on you. It's your fault they got Baron. You're the one who could have prevented it. Because, yeah, you have 1,300 gold, and that might be a big power spike for you. But it's not worth them getting Baron for it. Because, yeah, you just got Death's Dance. But there's nothing you guys can really do to prevent that. I don't know if you guys would win that fight, but you could have tried to go for a Miracle Steal. Thankfully, you guys got your Echo at least countered with something bot side. They made a play top side, so he made a play to get tower bot. Got you guys some objective bounty. But at this point, the game's really, really hard if you don't coin flip the Baron steal. Maybe Elder steal at this point. You see there's a fight starting to break out, potentially. You have ult, you don't have Ghost, you use Predator. You should probably engage with your ultimate, in my opinion, there. Onto the Jhin and the Yasuo, try to hit both at the same time. Jin's probably the main problem here, but yeah, and that's just game from there. They are able to just end it. As a bit of a recap, remember you need to work to clear your camps extremely efficiently. Hecarim is great at clearing camps, and you want to farm as much as you can. He's a very selfish jungler. You want to clear them on spawn when possible. And remember, it's okay for you to deviate from your planned clear and to not farm everything on spawn and to go gank a lane if it's free. But you don't want to force anything. You want to go for the guaranteed gold when you can, unless your team needs you to go for a gank. You don't want to wait to fix a problem lane. The Alawi in that game was extremely strong, and you should have shut her down a lot earlier and shut her down a lot more. She was able to carry that game, and if you went top a couple more times, you would have easily been able to stop her. You also need to start counter jungling a lot more. There were a couple spots in the video where you attempted to kind of counter jungle, but you didn't really actually do anything. You need to try to counter jungle a lot more. It was hard since their top always had prio and they had more of a roaming support than you guys did, but people generally don't rotate quickly in lower elo, so you should still be able to counter jungle. But with this, you also need to know when you can and when you can't based on lane prio and matchups and how much escape your champion has. The enemy team was also able to get a lot of... The enemy team was also able to stack dragons and get both Rift Heralds. You were not able to secure any objectives and didn't get mid tower until they already had all 3 outer towers. You need to try to focus on getting more objectives for the team, because objectives are very important and are what lead to a win, not kills. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It helps out tremendously, and I hope to catch you in the next one.